For the third successive season, a team time trial with new rules. Well, relatively new now. They started in 2023 at Paris-Nice. The first rider across the line takes the top time for the team. Every rider across the line takes their own time in the GC. 28.4 kilometres this year, going back to Nevers-Mognicourt on the Formula One circuit, where there was a sprint 11 years previous. This time they were riding from it, and Jayco Alula set the fastest time at the intermediate check. They were only the second team out, though, so we were waiting to see where their ride would shake up. One by one, they worked hard, and riding without Luke Durbridge, who was out of the race, injured with broken bones. So just 6 riders coming to 2 at the end, with Michael Matthews leading out Ben O'Connor, both riders finishing across the line and setting what at the time was the fastest time. The Australians in prime position then, or maybe pole position we should say, given where the start was on this stage. The third day of Paris-Nice with Ineos Grenadiers also riding solidly early on, just 5 seconds down at the intermediate check. They too would tie their result towards the end well. Voss guiding in both Arendsman and Sheffield, who was maybe with an outside chance of taking the yellow jersey. He'd taken a couple of bonus seconds already in this race. But with the result across the line being solid, but not the best, that was out of the question. UAE Emirates, they'd won the year before. Brandon McNulty being the one who'd been in charge. They had a strong team here as well. McNulty alongside Almeida and Sivakov potentially for the GC, and a few fast rouleurs to help them along the way. They negotiated the circuit well, with plenty of twists and turns on it. The French Grand Prix had been held here from 92 to 2008. But they'd be down at the check. Only 11.3 seconds behind Jayco Alula. A little further down when they came to the finish. Pavel Sivakov dropping early-ish. Almeida and McNulty there. Jonathan Narvaez as well. Almeida it was, who sprinted towards the line. But at that time, almost half a minute down on Jayco Alula. What would Lidl Trek do? They had local boy Julien Bernard to help them out with where to go. But they needed the engines just like everybody else. On paper, they had them. And they rode solidly. Matthias Skelmose up there. Try to stay in the general classification as long as possible. Maybe even spring a surprise by being the man to win the race. To do that, he'd have to beat Vingegaard, Jorgensen and the rest. We've just seen a few other contenders. He finished off well there, 15 seconds down on Jayco Alula. Nielsen Paulus was the next GC challenge off. He rode for EF Education Easy Post. A team with plenty of history and pedigree in this discipline. This was no different. Without being the winning time, it will be another solid, if not spectacular, result. Steinhauser coming to the line alongside the American Paulus. But while these times were all being set, we were waiting for Visma Lease bike to start. The lights went green on them. 7 star riders, led of course by the European time trial champion Affini on the flat, with Jorgensen, defending champion, and Jonas Vingegaard trying to win this race for the first time there as well. 7 riders still together at the intermediate check, and the clock for them stayed green. The only team to better Jayco Alula to this point at the intermediate. 7.7 seconds quicker. The next question was, how'd they ride the more tricky, hillier second part? Well, they were dialed in. No mistake whatsoever, and the clock was staying green. They were going to lead the stage. The question was by how much? Jorgensen alongside Vingegaard, riding together to the finish. And Jorgensen, having taken bonus seconds on the opening couple of days, would have an opportunity, perhaps, depending on other results, to take the yellow jersey. He'd have to wait for Tim Medlier and others to ride before that could be confirmed. Well, they took the lead. 14 seconds quicker than Jayco Alula. The Aussies would have been happy with their result. Dutch team even more so. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe are next onto the start ramp. They had the white jersey on the back of Mick van Dijk. He'd be one of the riders dropped, though, as they went through the intermediate check. 7.92 seconds down, solid enough, and 4 strong riders left to ride the final few kilometres. Lipovic, Vlasov. They're the 2 leaders. Lipovic would have been eyeing up the white jersey as well. They weren't going to win the stage. None of them were going to take yellow. But Lipovic was after that white jersey. Trying to keep it in the team as well. 3rd place provisionally, 24.5 seconds down. But how would the leader get on? It was going to be difficult for Tim Medlier. 2 stage wins, a yellow jersey, a lead of 14 seconds over Matteo Jorgensen. But with around half a minute down at the halfway mark, it soon became clear that Visma Lease Bike were on their way to a stage win. Tim Medlier dropping off with just under 5Ks to go, and as well as that stage win, it was going to be a yellow jersey. Van Wilder trying to take the best time on GC alongside the 2-time winner Max Schachmann. Now back at the team he started his career at, but it was damage limitation for the Soudal-QuickStep boys. Solid enough performance, not really troubling the scorers though. 50 seconds down and they'd finish in 10th as the celebrations could start in Visma Lease Bike colours, winning the team time trial just as they had done at Paris-Nice 2 years before this event. Matteo Jorgensen saluting everybody as new yellow jersey. Team Visma Lease Bike winning the stage 15 seconds quicker than JK Lula. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe 3rd, Lidl Trek and Ineos Grenadiers 4th and 5th. So a big moment for everybody to celebrate together on the podium. Plenty of top teamwork there. And the same for the top 2. They worked together and could well continue to work together as far as this stage goes. Jorgensen and Vingegaard just 6 seconds apart and with a healthy lead already on the likes of O'Connor, Vlasov, Lipovic and company. So Jorgensen in the lead for now. First time he'll be in the jersey, even though he won Paris-Nice last year, having taken it on the final podium then. The first test for him and for everyone else, though, is the first mountain stage. Leaving Vichy up and down all day, 163 kilometres, and finishing up, not for the first time in Paris-Nice history, at La Loge des Gardes. The first category climb and the first contact with the mountains. You'll be able to see the stage live on TNT Sports.